Good morning, AJ.
Good morning, Alicia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to Tech Insights, finally.
Yes, we're here.
Yes, it's taken me a little while to get you on the show, but thanks for coming along today.
Anytime.
So today we're going to, don't be scared, we're going to do a deep dive on AJ.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be a long story.
So I'm sure plenty of listeners will be interested to hear how you got started. Mercury IT has been around for, I think it's 22 years this year.
Yes.
And yeah, just where were you at in your early career? How did it all get started?
That's a very good question.
You think that far?
I don't know. The Alzheimer may be kicking in soon. Yeah, look, I guess, 22 years ago, it was two young men who had a dream, had a vision. We were both working in the IT industry at that time. And obviously, IT meant a lot to us. And we wanted to make sure that our clients were always getting the best, you know what I mean? Like the best solutions, great customer service. So I truly believe in customer service, and that's how we build a trust and relationship with our clients. So yeah, at that time, we just felt that wasn't happening in the industry. So our vision was to go out there and say, all right, let's give great customer service. Let's give the right solutions, with the right people and build something from there. So I guess after that, we said, right, let's go for it. And then we jumped all in, which was quite scary at that time, being two very young men at the time. I think I was 27 at that time. And Luke was only just turning 21 at that time as well. So we went, yep, let's go off on a venture. And yeah, that's how Mercury IT really started.
I mean, it was a huge decision at such a young age to kind of go all in like that. Was there any times where you thought, oh, I don't know if we should be doing this?
There's always a time, it's still today, we go, oh. Look, the journey constantly along the way, you constantly think, should I or should I not be doing this? But Mercury IT, we're a solution provider, so we produce solutions for our clients. So we live and breathe that internally as well. So when you sort of get an obstacle or a hurdle in front of us, we always sit there and go, how do we get around it? And how do we move forward? And how do we develop it going forward? So that ethos I truly believe in as a company. So we instill that in ourselves, which instills that into our clients. But yeah, you got to love what you do. And I don't know, I was very fortunate enough to fall into IT. And something I truly still love. Don't get me wrong, you have your good days and bad days, but if you don't have your good and bad days, you can never really judge where you are. So, yeah, honestly, providing solutions for my clients is one of my greatest things I love, seeing the outcome.
Well, that's probably why it's taken me so long to get you on the podcast, because you are very passionate about helping our clients. And so you're very, very busy.
Always busy, but that's a good thing, right? So,
Yeah. So just back to the early days, what would a typical day have looked like for you and Luke?
well, this is the days when I think dial-up modems were a thing.
Oh, thank God they're not a thing anymore.
Yes.
That noise still gives me nightmares.
Uh-huh. It was I think what the young techs of these days don't realize is we had triplet books. That's how they had job tickets.
Yeah.
People rang up for support. We didn't, email was there, but it was quite interesting when you got an email because that's most of the problem. Most of the time, email wouldn't work. And then we'd get in our cars and drive.
Yeah.
So the job tickets would take, maybe 1 to 2 weeks sometimes to get to just the time you bounced around and got to each location to do work. But a lot of driving, a lot on site. So every job was on site, where today most of the work is now remote.
Yeah, which
Um,
is amazing, isn't it? Like what a change in, from the early days to now.
Yep. I do. I actually miss being on site all the time. The people and the clients you interact, like we got some phenomenal clients, like the most loveliest people out there, and always willing to help and give you time. I sort of miss a little bit that, but for us older generation, time's everything.
Yeah.
So quick response, fast solutions, ensuring our clients are up and running as fast as possible is really the end goal for
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I think the first time I met you was about 13 years ago, back when Mercury IT were doing support for the company I was working at. So I think there was still a bit of remote. I remember the first time that someone took over my laptop remotely. That was quite terrifying.
I think it would have been quicker to drive then, to be honest, the way
Would have been too.
that software worked. Yes.
Yeah, not these days though. What about your early clients? Like, Did you target people in, specifically, or were you just basically open to helping whoever?
Yeah, look, it was interesting back then because obviously being young, we had no idea about marketing whatsoever. Everything was just built on pure reputation.
Yeah.
So knowing people who would refer us through, going forward from that. So got a lot of referrals, and just went forth and conquered there. I think one of our very first client on our books was Walker Lawrence and Watson, an accounting firm in Belly Heads.
Yeah.
So yeah, we brought them on and obviously worked through the solution from there. And at that time, it would be just T&M stuff that comes. It was all T&M back in those days. There
Yeah.
was no
So for
managed
people that
service.
don't know, T&M?
Time and materials. So ring, work you do, you obviously build out and go from there. Managed service wasn't a real thing at that time. That came later on in the days. But yeah, and we just grew up from there. And then I think one of our first largest clients that came on was South Coast Radiology at that time.
Yeah, wow. That must
Yeah,
have been
and
huge.
it was a big one for us at the time. So really, super stoked having those on at that time. So when we worked through that, brought that all together, as it really slingshot the company forward at that time.
Yeah, because obviously starting off, just you and Luke, and now to where you are today
Yep.
is a big scale up.
Massive jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, from back then to now. I think it was two of us, and now there's around about the 50 employee mark around the moment.
Yeah, which
So
is amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, so that was obviously didn't go from 2 to 50 straight away.
overnight. No, we didn't.
How did that come about, and how did you sort of work out, like, where you needed to fill the gaps, so to speak, with staff?
Well, everything at that time, like Luke and I at that time, weren't business savvy. So it was two young techs in there saying, right, let's make a go of this and go in there. We had a lot of good people along the way that we met who helped us, a lot of good mentors, a lot of just our clients who are all still with us today, who gave a lot of advice, who at every corner helped us through whatever we needed to learn. So I'm really grateful for that. It was such um, mental building for myself, and also always looking at how we do things better as a business when we didn't even know at the time those things existed. Also, we went on a lot of learning paths at that time. We invested so heavily in education,
Yeah, which is
people,
amazing.
people and culture. That's one thing we truly believe in, is making sure we have the right people.
Yeah.
With the right people, we get the right solutions and the right outcomes. So we've never stopped investing in that, and we never stop believing in that, because the company wouldn't be who it is without the people within it. So
Oh, that's so true, and there's so many, staff here that have been here for, you know, through those early days, not quite at the very, very start, but some that have been with you for, quite a significant amount of time, and, lots of people have been hitting their 10 plus
easy.
mark. Yeah.
One coming up to 20 soon too. So
Yeah, which is, I mean, that just goes to show, that you do look after the team. But in those early days, you would have been wearing many hats, no doubt. So, how did you sort of work out where your strong points were? And
that's something that evolved. So obviously, when you went into the business, your eyes are wide open, right?
mm,
And you learn a lot very
oh
quickly
yeah,
about all the
we
things that you didn't really think of, that you didn't really prepare for. Even if you did prepare for, you still didn't really know. So yeah, we would run around, and from operations, we'd handle from sales all the way to reception to accounting to ticketing to project planning to ordering, et cetera, et cetera. So we did the whole lot at that time.
so sleep was optional.
Sleep was very optional. I think the average day was 15 to 18 hours that you could work through, just to try to get in front. So the next day you could always tackle and be there for the client.
Yeah,
That was always key, going, right, I need to focus on the client. I can't focus on the 20 or 30 other things that are happening at that time. So that's one way we always position ourselves. Lack of sleep was always something that we dealt with. But we kept pushing through, driving forward, and the business grew because of that.
yeah,
But yeah, look, every role has its challenge. That's the one thing why I love this company so much, because I know every aspect of it, even though I have really great people now running a lot of it, and I'm not really involved into the deep diving side of things. I get the very high level, which is where I like to be.
yeah,
But yeah, everyone needs to be in the right, pulling in the right direction. If
yeah.
they're not, the company doesn't work. And there's one thing all the employees here believe in what we're trying to do, the outcome, and it's always, hey, client first.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if the client has a problem, we're always there. I strongly believe in that. So we'll be there for you no matter what, through thick and thin, and we'll be there to get you through it together. That's how we build those trusting relationships, and got a lot of clients coming up to the 20-year mark
I
at
was
the end
about to
of
say,
that
yeah, we've
for a
got
very long time.
a lot of long-term, clients, which is, a testament to, your commitment and Mercury IT's commitment, so which is amazing.
Yeah, you got to invest in your clients. Your clients invest in you. You've got to invest in them. It's a two-way working relationship.
Yeah.
If you got to always put your best foot forward and always understand where they're trying to do and their outcomes, and then develop that stuff so it meets their expectation. Because if their business succeeds, you succeed as a business, and that's the one thing we've always looked for. Going, how do we help your business be better?
Yes.
Through whatever technology, through efficiencies, performance, uptime, reliability, whatever it is.
Mm.
But we always have a technology solution to help that.
Yeah. What have you seen as one of the biggest challenges as a business owner? I'm sure everyone would love to hear.
Oh,
Now you can only choose one. Just
the
joking.
list is great.
Yeah.
There's always a challenge. That's the whole thing about owning a business. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah, and it's probably changed the landscapes, probably changed so much that the challenges have changed with that, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, look, technology is one of the biggest disruptors I've ever seen in any industry, right? Like, there's a thing like, most of the conferences and the things over the last 10 years, we've always been going, you got to go work 3 times quicker.
Yeah.
So every year we're working 3 times quicker. So the thing about managed service provider and managed service security provider is there's such a broad spectrum of knowledge that we need to know. It's massive. It's not just one little, vertical, one little this. It's probably 10 to 15 different verticals all bring together. And then we've got to actually make a decision on the fly to get this right.
Yeah.
If we don't get it right, it's a difference between bringing your business down, losing time, losing money. It never ends, and security is where it really scares you even more, where, data and information, sensitive data then becomes a real thing.
Oh, yeah, Chris is scaring me constantly.
Chris scares everyone. That's what Chris is for. No, but Chris's knowledge on that is unbelievable. But as a business owner, technical account manager, solution provider is something that's always running through our head. It only takes one small slip and
Yeah.
someone's in.
Yeah, that's
So we
it.
always say there's 1,000 ways into any business, but the threat actor only needs one way in
Mm.
to succeed, right? So you expand that across your fleet and you're always looking at, making sure is our clients up to date? Are they secure? That's one thing I constantly think about all the time is, have we done the best that we possibly can? Have we followed all the processes? Have we done what we call the BAU, the operation process, constantly? So there's always the biggest challenge would be that broad spectrum of
Yeah, staying on
knowledge
top of it all.
confined in knowing have to speed up every 3 years to now AI is, the new introduction, the new big game changer. Everyone loves talking about AI. It is here. It's here to stay, and it will disrupt. It's
Yes.
100%. You can't ignore it. But now we've been told with AI, you have to be tenfold.
Yeah.
So it's going to put a lot of strain on a lot of businesses. I'm looking forward to the challenge, but it's hard to keep up with the pace.
Oh, it's
Um,
changing so rapidly, isn't
Rapidly,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we keep up? How do we keep our clients in front?
Mm.
How do we build better processes with technology, and how we keep it secured?
Yes. Yes, that's the
All
biggest thing, isn't it? And Chris and I have talked about it quite a few times on the podcast, is about how AI is great, but people need to realize that there is a dark side to it, and that do need to make sure that you're securing, your staff, so that, that you don't leave those gaps wide open for
Yeah. Well,
breach.
you gotta look like this, right? So security is great, right? It's fantastic. Love it. Don't get me wrong. But every time you add a complexity layer to security, you're slowing down the end user
Mm.
who's actually a valid, trusted user of that resource. Doesn't matter how you look at it, you will slow it down. So you got your force where you need to speed up 10 times. So it's a very fine balance of finding, how do I make sure the user can be speed efficiently, get in, to get the resources to get their job done when they've been told they've got to go 3 times faster,
Yeah.
but at the same time secure it, because the dark side of security is AI will work against you as well.
Yes, that's it.
So for all the good that AI brings, AI will also work against for, cybersecurity breaches, threat actors, and all this sort of stuff. So you got to remember that. And they're probably more knowledgeable and more adverse, probably not adverse is the word, but more knowledgeable in the AI tool sets and how to use it to get what they want.
Yeah, well, they're certainly using it. The phishing emails don't look quite as spammy as they once did.
No.
That's for sure. It's definitely hard to pick those now with all the help with AI tools.
Yep.
It's yeah, it's a bit of a concern. Just going back to the early days. So, what would you tell your young self if you had the opportunity now about starting your own business and getting into IT? Would you have any advice or anything that you wish you had known?
Buy shares in Apple, Microsoft, and
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
I'm sure we all wish we had done that.
That would have been the good one, but
That would have been for
for
sure.
everyone who did it, fantastic.
Yeah.
For myself, no. Um, Look, the only advice out there is like I still always stay true to the principle. Like your customers are a trusted friend. It's a two-way street. Like customer service is everything to me. Like this day and age, I find customer service just slipping
Mm.
out there in general in the real world. I find it, people looking for the shortcuts in every way they need to go. So I always say this in business: if you're looking for something, go out and do it well. Give it your all. Give it your passion. That will reflect. Your
Yes.
clients will see that. They'll love you for it. And when I deal with external parties or trades or whatever, I just want to see someone who actually wants to be there.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, back when we started, customer service was, it was embedded.
Well, I think
Um,
it was in many industries back then, but now with the shift of, a lot of things being done like remotely or not so much face to face, there has been a lot of that customer service has slipped just across the
huge.
board, I think.
Yeah, like it's hard to get to know someone over a Teams call.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Like
It
it's
is.
just hard. Like don't get me wrong, it's the society and the world we live in now,
Mm.
but it's really hard to do that. But look, stay true to yourself. Always value yourself. That's the thing. If you don't value yourself, you end up getting into what you call a bidding war, and you just end up starting to cheapen your market and what you're trying to do. And then as soon as you do that, everything becomes a cost exercise.
Yes.
And once it becomes a cost exercise, you never get the true outcome because everyone's looking to scrimp and save wherever they can. So I always look for value
Yes.
in your business and present value. So and always have honesty, integrity, no matter what. And your clients aren't they're there; they can handle the truth.
Yeah.
So always have
Sometimes
the
you have to
frank.
tell them things that they don't wanna hear.
Oh, 100%.
Have the hard conversations, but for the better.
Yeah, but I think they respect that
Yes.
because it's on a mutual understanding that you're both there to help their business no
Yes.
matter what.
That's
So
right.
yeah,
Well, that's one thing you definitely are passionate, and that's something after working with you for over 6 years, that your passion definitely shines through, and you always are willing to go above and beyond for your clients. So, which is, such a great thing and something that obviously you had in the early days. So it's held you through all those years. So how many more years left do you think? Another 22?
oh the old D. I'll keep going as long as I've got strength in me.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it takes a toll. Being in an ICT, MSP, MSSP business, it really does take a
Yeah.
toll. The day-to-day pressure, but it's like any job. I'm not going to sit here and go, "Oh, this job is harder than the other." Every job industry has its moments and pressures. But it's the constant, always looking for, especially security adds an extra
Yeah.
dimension to it because you're always thinking, what's the next big break in? What's the next thing? Have I protected my client? Has the process been followed? Is the monitoring alerting systems all in there? And it's not just on one endpoint. It's over 5 or 6,000 endpoints.
Yeah.
You'll be looking at it going, what is going on? Like, and are we covered?
Yeah.
Are we
It's a lot of
squared away?
responsibility, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is. So as long as I've got breath in my lungs and I've got the passion to keep doing that, I'll be there leading the charge for Mercury IT,
Yeah.
and keep driving forward those values that we hold so dear to ourselves.
Yeah. So what are you most, excited about in the, with technology? Obviously, we talked about AI and, what are you most excited about with regards to AI? I know we've talked about the dark side and that's a
Yep.
little bit scary, but any tools or anything like that that you specifically like using?
What in mean an AI set
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
oh look, AI has definitely changed the game, especially with, now it's giving you the power to write a lot of your own stuff and use your own ideas and bring them forward quickly in a matter of hours now instead of used to take months and months and years and cost and everything that went with it. So all those little ideas for efficiencies and processes
Yeah.
can come to life very quickly at a fraction of the cost. AI is still a very complex world no matter what you look at.
Yeah.
Like, it's people think they can get in there and the AI agent will tell you exactly what to do. It will guide you, but you still need a mouse to still navigate it. That will change over the years. It will get easier and easier and easier. But at the moment, it's still fairly complex. Like, no matter how you look at it, like, I've been doing this for almost 30 years and it's still got a complexity to it that you still got to learn. You got to get in there and have a deep think about it. But in the IT world, it hasn't really changed. Everyone's
Yeah.
still looking for centralization, workflows, automation, simplification. And meaning by simplification, we get complex problems or complex tasks,
Yeah.
and then we find simple ways of doing it. But the problem is it's a carousel. It keeps repeating itself. So
Yeah.
no matter what we do, we throw more complex at it, then we get simple again, and so on and so on. So yeah, that's what I find out there to be the best way handling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the most interesting part about working for a technology company is just hearing, about all the different things that are, coming out with AI and just all the processes and stuff like that. Whereas I think if I was working in a different industry in a marketing position, it wouldn't be at the forefront as much as it has been since I've been with Mercury. It definitely makes me feel like I'm staying more on top of it than I would have been otherwise.
Yeah, it's a changing world.
Yeah.
Like, it's another revolution. You sort of, IT had the internet. That was a big one back in the day. Internet, and
Mm.
everyone in IT industry, oh, what's this thing called internet? Connect two printers across, a wide area network, and off we went and pull some data, and hallelujah, off we go. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Um,
No more encyclopedias for school.
yeah, took a long
Yeah.
time to come in, like long, long time. And then the next one, cloud.
Yeah.
That was huge. Cloud was introduced about 17 years ago. Please don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But it took 17 years, of being introduced. And, the last 4 or 5 years, an uptick, really heavy in it. Like, it's really started to go, it's matured and it makes sense. And businesses, when they look at, what am I spending to what am I getting returning and how do I move my workflows and all that, all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So AI is going to come in quicker than that,
Yeah. A lot
but
quicker.
it still needs to go through those same hurdles. And hey, what are we using it for? Are we getting our ROI, et cetera? So there's like the report not long ago going, most AI projects, 95% are not seeing their ROI back.
Yeah.
So you're sort of looking at that going, okay, but this is just the start of it, where
Yeah.
people start feeling it out. How do we do that? There's every day is 30 businesses spinning up that has the word AI in it. So
Yeah.
but as fast as they spin up, they'll disappear.
Yeah.
It's welcome to the world of AI.
Yeah, that's it exactly. I think, for Mercury though, it's, you've got those foundations, don't you? Like from the beginning of your business all the way through, it's always been about the clients. So I think as much as AI is here, it'll hopefully just enhance what's already in place.
Oh, correct. Yeah, like, Mercury IT, we're doing a lot in AI, so we'd be looking, how do we can enhance our clients' business through, better processes. I'd always say that's what AI is there really to help you. Let's get through it. Let's develop. Let's go forward. How can I take those, those repetitious
Yeah.
jobs
Manual
over
tasks.
manual tasks over and over and give back to the employees what we call creative time or something they can focus more on that's more valued for the business, right?
Yeah, which is, I mean, great. Everybody wants to be able to not have to deal with those menial, boring tasks and be
People
able to focus on something a bit more interesting.
Yeah, people don't like doing it. That's the
No.
whole thing. It's the repetition people don't like doing.
Yes, that's it. Exactly. Creative time is way more fun.
It is.
Yeah. What would you say your favorite thing within the business is? Like, what do you like working on projects? Or I know you still get down in the trenches.
Mhm.
So, yeah, what do you enjoy most? I know you obviously the client side of it, you like being able to get the right solution for the clients, but is there any particular skill that you like to use?
Oh, there is. Yeah, I get down in the trenches just because I know all the parts
Yeah.
really well. But if I have to sort of look at it and find out what I like to do, like Solution designing is one of my favorite, getting in there and working with my team, finding out what's the best solution. I've got a great solution team around me now. And just getting in there and working out those business problems that our clients have and going, right, this is what we've come up with. This is how we can meet this on a technology challenge, sorry. And then also bring in the costing, the business outcomes and requirements, which is something I can bring to a conversation very easily, going, this is why we're doing it. This is the effective outcome, and this is the desired results. So
Yeah. So you like a challenge?
I do. I don't think I would have got into this if I didn't. Like, I sort of look back and go, "What did I get into this again for?" But problem solving was always the thing I loved doing, like taking something and going, "Right, how do we fix it?" I think, as you know me, it doesn't, like, we're talking about different stuff. I'm happy to put up a gyprock wall.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it is, right? So
Yeah.
get in there.
Satisfying and finding that solution, the right solution for people is, yeah, quite
Yeah,
satisfying, I'm sure.
it's one of the strengths we've always had at Mercury IT is we never give up.
Yes.
No matter what the problem is, like, there's been many a times where I've gone in and gone, yeah, most people would have packed up, called it quits and said, yeah, it can't be fixed.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'm proud of as a company, no matter what's happened, we've always kept going.
Some might call that
Yeah.
stubborn.
It is. And sometimes you need to fail fast, right? But
That's a good trait to have.
it is, especially
Yeah.
when you're faced with a challenge where you go, if we don't get this back up and running, the company's going to be completely affected by it.
Yeah.
And the team's always pulled through and we've always found a way through. So I love that about the business. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone does pull together, don't they? When it's push comes to shove, it's all
Yeah.
hands on deck.
All hands on deck, and everyone within the company is always willing to help each other. That's what I love.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is such a
It
a
was
good.
different when we first started, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only the two of us, and you're reading, like, the computer books, trying to figure stuff out.
No chat GPT to ask.
No, it didn't have any of that, nothing to
No.
help us.
Just
Yeah.
winging it.
Yeah, or Netscape, the browser to find stuff. It was
Yeah.
weird, wonderful times.
You must look back though and be pretty proud of all you've achieved over that time.
Yeah, it's hard because it's come and gone so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, you look back and you do. You've got to celebrate the small wins. I constantly, a lot of my friends and mentors always tell me, celebrate the small wins, and I forget about that because I sit there and go, let's just keep going forward.
Yeah.
Let's keep winning, keep going forward, and keep achieving. But yeah, from what we've started from to where we are today, massive. I couldn't be prouder of the business in general. It's just not myself, but it's the business in general. Um,
Let it.
I have led it. I'm still here fighting away, and as I said, I'll still be here leading it as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to see where we started from a vision to what we produce now.
Yeah. I love that old photo of you and Luke. This must have been in probably the first year of Mercury IT, and yeah,
As we all,
I think
I
both
have
had. I
hair.
think you both had a bit more hair.
We're a little bit more slimmer, a little bit more
You-
enthusiastic looking. Yeah, but I think I was about 27 years old. I was at that time.
Yeah, it
So,
was such a great photo though. Just yeah. When I came across that in the files, I was like, oh, that is pretty cool
yeah,
for you to be able to look back and go, that's where it all started.
it all started.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. I have no regrets about doing that. I'm so, super proud that as a business we stuck it out.
Yeah.
As we were talking about earlier, it's like, at what point do you thought enough's enough?
Yeah.
And I probably never really got to that point. Don't get me wrong, there've been some dark moments, there was different things that come at you, but again, you get back to that principle, like, we've got to find a way through it.
Yeah.
And you got to rally, you pick yourself up, because at the end of the day, as a leader or manager of your department, if you sort of crumble away, then your troops are going to sort of not follow too well. So
Can't afford to show any weakness.
no, but you can show empathy
Yeah.
and emotion. I don't think that's a bad quality.
No, it's a great
Uh,
quality to have.
Yeah, I think showing that you're human as well, because you got to remember you all go through the same thing.
Yes, that's
Right.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're allowed to feel emotional about certain things. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think that's a strength as well. So, but yeah, those sort of things, you look back and go, no regrets, really, honestly. I'm super glad I did it. I am here today where I am. I've got a beautiful family, as well out of that. So
Yeah.
I
That's what I was
can't,
going to say. So when you don't have the old Mercury IT hat on, which is, I think you have that on like 23 and a half hours of the day.
yep.
What do you enjoy? What's your favorite things to do?
Oh, look, I love my family. A beautiful wife, smart, got her own fantastic career in
Yeah.
IT, would you believe? I think she does her job way better than I do. But She's very efficient, very switched on. And then, yeah, two, 17 and 14 now.
Yes, you're
So
right in the
teenage
thick of it.
girls. Yeah, and just being with them, doing things with them is great. Seeing them develop and grow is fascinating. And then the group of, family and friends I have around that, yeah, and seeing them venturing, doing different things. Unfortunately, I got into pickleball in the last 12 months, so a little bit pickleball mad these days, as we
Said I'd
do.
like to see that in action.
Yeah, so, that's great. That's actually been really good physically for me, just getting out and breaking the work cycle.
Yeah, definitely. And
And it
even like mental health, I think, getting out there, exercise and that sort of thing is always, yeah,
Oh, 100%. And the people that all play, it's a great the banter and the challenging, and everyone's equal on the court, so that's what I really like. Doesn't matter where you come from or who you are, you're all equal, you're there for the same common goal.
yeah, sounds fun. I have
Yeah.
not given the pickleball a go yet.
Yes, and, skiing at every possible opportunity I can get, but that's a lot harder sport to get away to
Yeah.
and from, so, big passion of mine, powder skiing, so,
Yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing too.
yeah, so that's another day though, because that's a long story.
Yeah. Well, I have to try and lock you back in again. Well, thanks for coming along today and sharing your very long journey. Yeah, it's great for listeners to be able to hear how Mercury IT got started and yeah, hopefully another 22 years.
Yes, thank you.
Might see you with the walking stick.
Yeah, Walker's, the old Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we could be here for about 3 or 4 days talking about, Mercury IT's journey, but, in a podcast, we've only got minutes.
Yes, that's
So, yeah, look, it's been an unbelievable ride. I just want a big thank you to all my clients. A lot of my clients are my best friends now,
yeah.
and we have that sort of relationship, and the family and especially to my team. Couldn't do without all of them.
Yeah. No, well, I'm sure that they know how you feel. So, but thanks for sharing. And we'll see you on here again soon.
Onwards. Thank you.